We were making weird blueprints, weren't we? Yeah. Well, we've made this. This is set up for putting plastic in. It'll consume 40 plus 60, 100 plastic per minute, right? As well as copper. It'll consume like copper ingots. It needs, these are all 20, 40, 60, 80 ingot, 80 copper ingot. That's what this needs. So 100. 100 plastic. And 80 copper ingot into, what is it, 2.5? 5. Computer and circuit board. Did I use any alt for this? I forget. Save that so far. Did I use any alts for this? I think I actually might not have. Is this an alternate? That's basic. That's basic. I don't think I used any alt. Yeah, no, this is all the standard recipes. Where? Yeah, standard recipes. Okay. I probably just want to toss this silica that I've got sitting around. Right, so we need to get this, which requires those residual oil. Cool. Okay. Heavy modular frames. I feel like I only got 3 things, but maybe I did. Ah, there you are. Wow, 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 wow. So these are all empty and standing by. We've just got tons of extra alien protein. I guess I could use some for medical inhalers. Wait. Oh, we're good. Alright, I'll put the rest back into the thing. Wait, did I needed some of that mycelia for... Shit. I still need mycelia, don't I, for the MAM research? Oh no, I just need fabric dye. Yeah, okay. So we need to go back, so I could color this, hold on. Maybe? I don't... Maybe. Materials... Wall materials... Roof materials... I guess that would be customization options you can buy in the shop. Paint finishes, foundation materials, wall materials, concrete or steel. Oh. I guess those sound kind of interesting, but I'm not... Doesn't matter. I kind of like how it is just a big freaking box. Alright, let me actually just double check. I did that right? It's 2.5 computers per minute. And 7.5. This uses... No! It's not 7.5. It's 5 circuit board. Stick to it. What? Okay. There. Alright, now that's correctly labeled. Alright, well, what else am I, like, really needing? I guess I could make a, I could make a thing that's for the various, what would be nice, actually, yeah, that would be nice to set up ones for, space parts. And also spat up a couple of extra stuff in the meantime, like the extra, any extra advanced plate. What the fuck is this called? Reinforced iron plates. I really want more alternate recipes. It's so tempting to just explore, but I really need to get to next. I need to get the elevator for the next level so that I can do stuff to get immunity to bullshit video game radiation. I can't even look. And the pipeline Mark IIs, those require just plastic. Cover sheets and plastic. If we're doing our initial plastic, we want a little bit more plastic. I'm thinking, I'm not sure about putting things in boxes. Okay, so if modular engine per minute, I would like to double it. And that would require 5 motor per minute. Motors made in assemblers, right? Or, oh, motors are made. Rotors and stators. And then, did I get the vigor motor alternate? No. I just thought of something. If I had set things up so that it always does like the maximum, then I wouldn't. Then if it turns out that I don't need as much, I could, reduce the clock speed and then of everything inside. If it turned out that's what I wanted to do. That's fine. I think the way I set up that, just because the way the ratios worked, I think that still worked out fine. So, computers. So I would need motors. I would need them at what rate? 5 per minute, so normally clocked. And then 10 per minute of rotors and stators, which gross amount of screws. But we got that screw recipe. And then stator. Target production of 10 per minute. Which is just steel pipe and wire. So that would require screws. Screws would come from an assembler. What else did this need? Rubber. Rubber would come from outside, and so would smart plating. We'd have to make a separate thing for smart plating. Smart plating would have to be brought in from a separate production, I think. I kind of wish there was also there's also a recipe that's just screws straight out of iron ingot, right? That's the one I really would like, but on steel screws requires it to be, steel beams. I thought it was... I mean, you could still just, okay, so it would have to be steel ingot coming in to make steel beam. Oi. To make steel screws. Per minute to make 260 per minute steel screws. I only need 173 for that, but do I need screws for anything else? No. That's the rotor alternate. What if I did the regular rotor? And I wanted to make, what is it, 10 per minute? Or, right. So, motor. You need 10 per minute, because we're 5 per minute motor. It would be nice if we could make extras, actually. If we could make 7.5 and have a little bit of an extra output of motor, maybe? Actually, no, because this is a component. Since this is a space elevator component, motors will have to be made separate. So rotor, stator. Oh, you need steel pipe. So you'd have to bring in another constructor for steel pipe. Rubber would be coming in externally. Smart plating would come in externally. So it's really just the two motors, which requires the rotors and stators. And the rotors to get, how many rotors do we need? 10 per minute. Did we even get to 10 per minute with this? Yeah. We'd have to fully overclock this. It would require 250 screws per minute and 250 screws per minute. This would produce 260, but we also... Okay, so that would be enough. Otherwise, we could do the copper rotor. And to get 10 per minute for that, we only need 173 screws per minute. And then have to just bring in copper, the copper sheets. And we would only, so the screws, we would only need 173.333. 173.3. Only needing 3.333. So we probably just want to do 174. Just to 3.35. So that only needs 14 steel per minute. Doing a little bit of overproduction doesn't hurt. Not too much anyway. And once it all backs up, the steel ingot, the overflow of steel ingot, should go somewhere else. I guess is what the ideal would be. You just send the overflow steel ingots elsewhere. So yeah, so actually, going back to my idea of having an upcycling factory that takes overflow of stuff, having a bunch of factories like what I'm calculating out right now. Might be how that would work. Maybe. Especially if everything that I make, yeah, if I, everything I create uses this style of factories, then I just focus on the more or less raw inputs, the steel ingots, iron ingots, copper ingots, probably concrete. I don't limestone is used for other stuff, isn't it? So maybe oh, I just remembered. There's everything has a recipe that uses like SAM, or at least all the raw ingredients has some sort of SAM related recipe to convert it from one material to another. Yeah, limestone is used in a bunch of stuff, but for now it's mostly just concrete. Let's see. And concrete is basically compressed limestone, right? because it's 3 limestone to make 1 concrete. So turning the limestone to concrete on site at the mining location is probably the best way to go about it. So, okay. Alright. So what I'm gonna need is the 1 manufacturer, the assembler for motor, 2 other assemblers, which it would be nice if I could fit all 3 assemblers onto the lower level with the manufacturer. And then iron, steel, and copper would need to come in, along with plates, the smart plates, and rubber. That's a lot of material, a lot of different types of material coming in. I guess this is where we're having a belt bus of all the different materials would come in handy. I'm just like thinking of a belt bus system where you use like smart splitters, I guess, and you would split off materials to each of these factory things I'm trying to set up. And then overflow. What are the other options on a smart splitter anyway? There's overflow, there's any undefined, and overflow. So you could use you could have sushi belts, but I think if you wanted to use sushi belts, you'd want the full programmable splitter, which requires like computers as well or something. I guess it would be like center is the material, right is also the material, and then the left is overflow. And then that would be the one that goes to a sink, or not a sink, to the upcycling factory. I could figure out how to do that. Oh, also it's a new day. Get a new Fixmas gift. Today being the 13th. I found the 13th there. What the fuck? How do you... what? Okay. I didn't mean to do that. I guess it gave me some snowballs early. And then where was 14 for tomorrow? 18, 17, 3, 16, 18, 14 was... Oh, right on that candy cane. Okay. I hope that didn't hurt the doggos. It shouldn't. The glass doesn't hurt things through walls. Crystal oscillator. I need a crystal oscillator for... Oh, nice. Power sock. Computers. What did I need crystal oscillator for? I have some research to do for quartz. Right. The air tower. That plus motor. How much motor? 100 motor. Computers, we don't have any storage. We're at the point where we can start making computers. Maybe want the oil that's like over here somewhere for power instead of and focus on just having this oil be used for production. That might be nice. I wish I had like 2 pure oil nodes in one of those locations. And those 2 pure nodes would be what I used for turbo fuel. I think. Maybe. I can do rails. I don't have signaling, but I could do like one-way rails to bring coal and sulfur together and make compacted coal, and then transport the compacted coal down to or over to turbo fuel production. As such, maybe I want to set up, oh my gosh, I had cooling system sitting in here. Was that 30? Does that give me 30 cooling system? I could have gotten one of those. That sucks. I think I should just toss this bauxite and pull Snobelisk. I really don't want to use them. Alright, so let's clear this out. So what we always want to do is set up our foundations. Okay. Always have an entrance down here. And then our this is it right there. This will be for manufacturer, one of our space elevator components. Modular engine, which needs the assemblers. Leave enough space to put too steep. What the fuck does that mean? So this making motor 5 per minute to make our 2.5 modular engines. We'll need 15 rubber and 5 smart plating. And those will come in on stuff. Let's see. Okay. Just check. All right. And then it would be nice if I could fit 2 of these. Next to each other. Wow, nice. One of them. Hopper rotor. At only 10 per minute, right? Okay. Steel pipe and wire. Right. And then, there we go. Right. And then, up levels, so... Gosh, so these require, like, a bunch of different things. Copper sheets, screws, steel pipe wire. So, copper sheet and screws, so that should be easy enough. I think that each of those will only require like one constructor. I don't know. However, we overlap. Okay. Except for we also need. So. I guess it'll be better to have these further back. And this one might actually go that way, but we'll see. Okay, so leaving enough space, we need copper sheets. We needed how much? Copper sheets, 6. Or 20 per minute. 20 per minute. 20 copper sheet per minute. So we need to double this up. Right. There's that, and then we also need. Another one for that's copper sheets and screws. Yeah, 173 screws per minute. So, steel beam, steel screws, making 274. Let's do 173.34. Three, three, four. You can go that specific. 9-3, 9-3-3-3. Slightly overproduce. Very slightly. Okay, so that didn't work. We can push this. I wish you could, like, cut and paste. That's the other thing is... for copper sheets, yeah, that's fine. For the screws, we're going to want at least mark 3. $173.334. 3.334. Alright. And this steel pipes and wire. Well, so this is steel and this is taking steel, this is taking copper. If we put splitter around here and get our other steel item, steel pipes. Figure for steel pipe. And we have to bring in steel anyway, so we might as well use steel. And we need how much steel pipe per minute? 30 steel pipe per minute. We're in 45 steel ingots, so we need 45 plus 13.336. Even if I was bringing in 60 steel ingot per minute, this would back up fairly quickly at 30 per minute. 30 per minute would be a relatively small portion of that, but that's fine, I think. Alright. And that's making... Ooh, that's making our steel pipes, and that just goes straight in there. Right, and then the last thing we need is wire, which actually we're bringing in copper. Copper. Steel. Okay. So steel for this, steel for that, copper for this, and then copper for another. So we'll want to like stack them. We'll want like copper to be for our conveyor walls. We'll want like, yeah, steel to be that one and copper to be that one. So steel can come in and get split. Maybe just a direct split. Steel in there. Steel in there. Don't need more than Mark 1 belts. These steel ingots. So yeah, so that will be steel. And then this will have to be copper. Copper will also have to split. And that can just go straight down. Beautifully. $40 per minute. Plus, we're gonna need another one for copper. Constructor. For copper wire. We need how much copper wire? 80 per minute. Means I'm probably gonna need 2 of these because that maxes out at 75. So if we do 40 and 40. Then we'll have to merge them. At least Mark 2 belts. Right, so this needs to be at least Mark 2. 30 per minute. 173. That's Mark 3. 3. Okay. Minute copper sheets. Okay. Do the merge later on. We'll just use some extra regular iron ingots. So we do directly out from this and directly into that. There. And then the copper coming in. 40 per minute there. 20 and 20. Just do a splitter. Just like that. And then have this, that. So that it's gonna be 40, 60, 80. Yeah, 80 ingot per minute. 80 copper ingot. Some steel ingot. And then we'll need to bring in that. Nice. Wow, that's perfect. That's amazingly how perfect. That's amazingly perfect. Holy shit. Alright, and then it will be the rubber and smart plates. Coming in through those. Alright. Yeah. For the rest of this. There you go. Alright. Wish I could put labels on the outside. There's like no way to put these right here. Like, and that doesn't go high enough. So I have to put like a foundation. Doesn't matter which one's which. And what's the amounts? 37.5 rubber. Or 5 smart. 37.5 rubber. Five rubber a minute, and 5 smart plates. 5. Smart plating. A minute. Okay. And down here we've got 45 plus 18.336. $58.336. Stupid. Oh. Steel ingot. $58.336 steel ingot per minute. Bit of an awkward number, but you know what? We'll see how that goes. And the other thing is it's actually maybe slightly less, but because 336, because this is making 0.334, this is making 0.334, and only using 0.334. So this should be overproducing the screws by 0.001. So eventually it'll back up by 0.001. Oh my gosh. Alright, and then this is copper. Which we need at least a Mark II, right? Because it's 80, 40 here, and then 60 and 80 here. 60, 80, 40, 60, 80, copper ingot. Copper ingot per minute. Okay, and then we'll have to sort out the power situation. I also like to set up a catwalk to be able to walk up to the top. These are like steeper than the platform. Yeah, that's good. And then we'll do corner. Go straight across here. A bit. It's probably too early for stairs. Yeah. That, and then do stairs. Lovely. Actually, we want to shift to ramp. I guess we can do like a straight and then ramp. Hello, what in the world? I didn't have my thing set up. Hi, factory game. H to hold hologram in place. Yeah, I know that. Hello, it is factory game. Welcome. I didn't set up my text to speech, so your message didn't get read out for us. What hologram are you telling me to move around? Let's see. Yeah, T-junction. Just do that. And then straight away. T-junction. And then straight away. T-junction.
Jolly Factory is pretty fun.
Jolly Factory? Oh, nice. I don't think I've heard of that one yet. Straight T-junction. Straight to that one. Another T-junction here, I guess. Oh, that's a little rough. I might actually do a corner here. Corner, and then do a T-junction instead of this.
There's a Christmas event going on our end, so we've been calling it Jolly Factory.
Oh, you call it Jolly Factory because of the Christmas event. Gotcha. Across there. Another T-junction here. Oh no, wait. This should be a T-junction. T-junction. And then we'll do corner here. And this... Oh, that's still kind of rough. Well, kind of be aware of your surroundings if you're coming out to this, I guess. I mean, it's all unnecessary, but it's fun to set up catwalks to make all the things like accessible. Do that. I like putting things onto the ceiling when I can. I like having wires coming down from the ceilings. It's my aesthetic choice. I think you'd want that to do that, even though that's slightly different than the rest of them. Okay, do that, and then to get the power. Oh, this one needs to connect up as well. Definitely don't do that. It's cutes. It's cutes. Alright, and then to get power downstairs. And then typically with these blueprint factories, what I'm going to do is have power come in above the highest conveyor belt. I think that's typically what I'll be trying to do. Actually, this one might be a good one to send downwards. Let's see.
So what's this room producing?
This is going to produce ultimately is going to produce 2.5 modular engines per minute. It's going to consume I'm gonna have to externally produce smart plates, and rubber will come in. They'll produce the motors here out of the rotors and stators, which will require some steel for steel beams to make steel screws, steel beams for screws, and then steel pipes, and then also copper for the copper sheets and the wires. So I've set these up to tell me from the outside what it all is going to cost. as best as I can. Obviously, like I'm gonna also put this into the blueprint that it costs 80 copper ingot per minute, 58.336 steel ingot per minute. A little bit of an awkward number, but it's close to 60, so that'll be fine. And then like I said, the rubber and smart plates will also need to come in. So there's that. Meanwhile, I still also have to set up the power for down here. So this is right there. We could just shove this. We'll shove that over there onto that foundation. And these get there without flipping anything weird. Can't. Except for this one. This one's gonna have to take a roundabout path of some sort. Well, if I put this one onto the ceiling like here. Then I'm gonna want that to actually be somewhere like on there instead. Wait. Okay, so instead of that. So yeah, instead of there. To that spot on the wall. And the other thing is that I don't expect, for the most part, I don't expect to actually spend any time in this box. It's just a box that I put in some materials and outcomes. The idea of these blueprints that I'm making is I'm going to be putting materials into a box, and that box is basically like its own machine. Like, you know, as opposed to having a bunch of machines to go into a manufacturer. No, I have this one big box that I put stuff into, and out pops the resource. And I don't sloop anything. Like, I don't think I want to sloop any of this stuff. Like, even though it's space elevator stuff, I don't think I want to sloop any of it. Right, and then I need to connect that. Oh, did I connect that? Yeah, that's connected. Okay, those are connected to something. All right, so I just need to connect that, which needs to be like a higher level thing. Which you can't actually just select it. You have to like... Oh, yeah, no you can. All outlet Mark II. Upgrade that. There you go. I like how I set up the catwalk, but I'm not using it. Alright, and then you go straight up to the wall. There. You connect in. And there, that'll be everything connected. Then I just need to have something connect to a double-sided wall outlet. Probably Mark 1. But you can't do that on this blueprint designer. Which is a bit unfortunate, but you know. If I didn't have to do any work, it would be boring, I guess. Alright. Cool, so that's that setup. So now I have to say what all it's going to take. So, this is a, not smart plate, oh gosh, what is it? What is it called? The, fuck. I already forgot.
How do you change your in-game model?
I just got a mod with the Satisfactory mod loader. Where's Satisfactory tools map? I just searched Satisfactory mods. Satisfactory mod manager. Except for no. Satisfactory mod repository. That's what you end up at. And then you can search for the mods. And then I have a couple of protogen. I have actually got these two specifically. I've got both of these installed.
Oh, rap.
Yeah. And I am using the Blitz protogen model just because it's more or less orange, which fits my Phoenix theming. Not there. So you can go here, character customization. So you know you got your standard. So yeah, the mod includes the mod manager will automatically install this what is this, character replacer, I think. I assume that this character replacer mod modify the character mesh of you and your friends, handle live config others. Who wears that mesh? Mod by itself does not include any custom models. So yeah, I think so. When I got these two protogen models, this automatically got added with it. Then the other mods I have is the downloader and auto upload. So, so like I said, yeah. So now you can adjust your character to one of these that were included that with each of those protogen mods. This one actually looks pretty good too. Kind of gold with black hands. I wouldn't see much of the gold. This one's kind of red and whatnot. So, oh, I don't think I think I ended up. Oh, good, cool. So there's that, and then like I said, I've got the auto upload mod. I don't like how this mod works. I like what it does, but I don't like how it works. I've got these things selected so that when I'm out exploring, killing aliens and such, all their remains will get automatically uploaded. I tried adding uranium to the auto uploader too, just because uranium just kind of instantly kills you because this is stupid video game logic. So, you know, as I go out and exploring, stuff will get automatically uploaded to my Dimensional Depot uploader. The problem with this mod, there's a couple problems with it. Like I said, the way it works is a little weird. What I would want it to do is I would want it to just check my inventory for those things and then put it into here. But what it actually does is it puts it into some like obscure dimensional upload cloud of some sort, and uploads them from there, which I guess is fine, but I don't know. It just feels a little funny to me the way that works. And then the other thing was that when I first started this map, this was a fresh save. I actually had this mod on a previous save that I had also been streaming on. This is my save that I started because of, you know, Fixmas and whatnot. When I started this save file, some of these were already configured, and it was automatically uploading stuff before I even had the stuff researched in the MAM to be able to use dimensional nonsense, the Dimensional Depot anything. Like, I would want it to wait until I had this researched before it would actually work. So I had to, like, manually... like, these first few things, they just, like, automatically got uploaded before I realized what it was doing. And then I had to go in, configure it, and just unselect everything and then continue from there to not be cheating on my own sense of it. The other thing I have is called the Dimensional Depot Downloader. So what you can do is you can go here, you can do your Dimensional Depot Downloader. It costs the exact same resources as the uploader. So that means that if you're using these, well, you're using up your Mercer spheres, which can be a bit of a drain on your Mercer sphere resources. and that's part of why the only research that I've done on on this side, I've only done the one stack increase because I figure I want to save my Mercer spheres to use these dimensional downloaders potentially in a few locations. I had downloaded that again on that previous save file after I had gotten, I think I had done all the Mercer sphere researches, and then I had done so much exploring that I got that many Mercer spheres that I was like, man, I have all these Mercer spheres. I can only use them for Dimensional Depot uploaders. It would be nice if I could use them for Dimensional Depot downloaders, and the mod that I have using the Mercer sphere to cost is kind of nice. So with that, I have this set up. So I've got like downloaders to bring in so whenever I go out exploring, auto uploader will pick up all my remains.
I liked upgrading stacks because you can craft a bunch of downloaders.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I mean that maybe I just felt that I felt that this was as useful. So anyway, I've got my stuff set up so that whenever I go out exploring, I can all my remains will get processed into alien protein at double the you know, you get 2 alien protein per remains for anything you kill, and then it'll go here and get processed into double alien DNA. And then I have these underclocked because, you know, you only go out exploring so often and whatnot. Plus, these are, you know, ridiculously sized storage containers that the time I spend building my factory, obviously, I'll just end up, you know, slowly gaining DNA points for Pixar coupons, so I can work on my way towards the golden nut. That's cool.
Eating up yum yum.
Eat 'em up, yum yum. Recess puffs, eat 'em up, eat 'em up, eat 'em up, eat 'em up. All right, and then I've got a couple of lizard doggos that are getting me random supplies once in a while. Sometimes useful ones like heat sink right there. And purple alien, purple slug, blind purple power slug. Heat sinks. Cool. That'll be good for when I'm going out, when I go out exploring and try to open up a stupid cargo drop thing, and it requires freaking heat sinks. But yeah, no, I think the one extra resource stack thing is plenty for my purposes so far. And I'm at the point where I should be doing turbo fuel and getting that. Oh yeah, and then I've got this, and then I was uploading that because I was using solid fuel for my jetpack. Probably just destroy that at this point. And then, oh yeah, and then the other thing is using Dimensional Depot downloaders to get the leaves and wood from when I'm out exploring and whatnot. Although, these are kind of filling up, so I really need to try to not grab leaves or wood or anything. Whenever I'm out exploring and whatnot, because I don't need them anymore. I'm thinking that what I want to do with leaves and wood is to have them get processed into, and also mycelia. I think the best thing to do with all that stuff, you know, if you're collecting it all anyway, is have it all get processed into liquid biofuel and then package up liquid biofuel and sink it. I think that's kind of the best use for those materials. That I can think of, unless I wasn't going to be making turbo fuel. I want to make turbo fuel. I guess the liquid biofuel is kind of better than regular fuel for your jetpack. So you can hover for so much longer. You have so much more burn time. All right. So anyway, I needed to work on this. Oh yeah, I needed to figure out what this is called again. This is called the modular engine. That's what it is. Modular engine. Modular engine. I should maybe create a directory for elevator, space elevator. Components. Modular engine. We're going to use modular engine as the icon. I'd like orange, so we'll just use that. Makes it really easy. That already exists. I'm getting like a million texts on my phone. Let me see what the fuck is going on. Why am I getting like a million notifications? What the fuck's happening? People are talking. Oh man, Zilly wouldn't be able to make it. Sick for the past couple days, still feeling sick. Alright. Coffee group. Today is a meetup day for coffee meetup group, but I'm thinking I won't go. My partner's not going to be able to go because he wants to rest. He's grabbed an overnight shift for tonight. So I'm not going to go to the meetup. Plus, it looks like another friend is sick. It's one of the friends I would want to see there, and he's not going to be able to make it anyway, apparently, so it's a shame. Goodness gracious. And then family is talking about some Christmas plans. Ugh. Okay. So that's why I'm getting a million notifications. Cool. 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 And I'm getting junk mail in my email box. Cool. Alright. I'm going to set that over on the other side of the table so that it's not right next to the microphone, and hopefully it doesn't, if it continues coming. All right, so 58.883, I think, steel ingot, 80 copper ingot, 37.5, I think, plastic. And then 5. I want to say 5 smart plate. Into 5 modular engine per minute. Let's double check that. So 58.883. Already did all the math for it. Double check my work. 58.336. Copper. And then, oh, it's only 2.5 modular engine. 5 smart plating. 37.5 rubber, not plastic. Rubber. 37.5 rubber. 5 smart plating. 7.5 rubber, 5 smart plating, SMRT, into 2.5. And it was what, 336?
SMRT, that spells smart.
SMRT. I am so smart. SMRT. Alright. Yeah, let me just double check that again. A weird one. 58.336. 8.336, 80 copper, 37.5 rubber, 5 smart plating, 5 modular engines. Okay. And then everything is connected to each other for power. So all I'll have to do is hook in all those materials and power, and this will be a machine, basically. So this is just a machine. You put in the materials, put in power, and I had a smart splitter there for reasons. And out will pop the materials. Yes.
We never touched blueprints. Probably caused a lot more pain than needed magic 22 sleep.
Maybe. Although making blueprints takes up time that you could maybe just spend actually setting things up in the first place. Because, like, how many of these... I might end up making more of these when it turns out, like, if it turns out that I, can do, like... If it turns out that I need actually a bunch of these for, like, a future, space elevator part, just like how this requires smart plating, which, yeah, I've got a backlog of smart plating going on. everything is still spaghetti, but I guess that's kind of the point of using the blueprinter, is that I'll be able to convert the spaghetti into magical machines that do everything with just more or less the raw solid inputs. As for the fluid inputs, that's just going to be...
Pasquidi production.
Sketty. Sketty. Have you had your Sasketty? Right.
Sososketi.
Right. And then tomorrow's the Fixmas wreath day. Fixmas tree branch, ornament bundles. Whoop-de-doo. And we'll be able to do those 2 researches. And I assume this will be on, like, 24th or something. I guess we'll see.
Pastrami.
Alright. So... I want to do another blueprint design. So since I need to do smart plates separately, it might be a good idea to have a smart plate factory. Now, smart plates don't take as much resources, so I think maybe use them, the level 1 designer for smart plates might be the way to go. And trying to do... I needed 5 per minute for that. For the other one. I need 5 smart plating, so yeah, it could be nice to have one of these. Rotors and reinforced iron plate. Well, reinforced iron plate, I do have a alternate recipe. I'm just gonna look at the recipes first before I, like, set it up. And it's also nice if I'm able to fit it all. So I've got the stitched iron plate recipe. And I only need 5 per minute. So I'll be able to underclock that a little bit. Underclocking always nice, because it saves a little bit on power. Speaking of power, shit, I really need to set up my turbo fuel so I can have all the power I'll ever need. Although, I don't know exactly where I want to do turbo fuel. I know there's, like, pure coal over here.
Is very good.
Yeah. There's some pure coal over here. There's, like, 2 pure sulfur nodes in this mess of an area. I'm thinking I want to bring those together and then maybe use trains to transport them possibly to this oil node, but I think there might actually be an oil node over here that I would want to use instead. I kind of wish there was an oil node nearby that had maybe 2 pure nodes, and those would be the ones I would use for turbo fuel. I don't know. I know way over here there's like lots of oil. That's like a really good place for oil. I mean, maybe that's where I'll ultimately end up setting up. I mean, if I'm using train anyway, I could train things all the way across the map. And that would give me a rail line. If I did that, that would give me a rail line that does run all the way across the map that I could like maybe add and take from. But I would have to decide, do I want to use, how long of trains do I want to use potentially? Yeah, no, that seems too ridiculous. I'm sure there's a pure node somewhere more reasonable than all the way up across the entire map. But I mean, nothing's going to be close by to here. Like I said, there's this patch, there's a set of patches, these 4 patches, 2 impure, 2 normal. And there's this patch, which I think only has like impure and also a normal. Yeah, 2 impure, 1 normal. I'm pretty sure there's another patch that's like a little further this way. I mean, maybe this would probably be, yeah, if I bring coal through here and grab the sulfur along the way, I think this would maybe be a good place. And then there's also the water over here. This would be a good place to actually set up my turbo fuel production, I think. Because there's the water right there. Wait, do I need water for turbo fuel? I was thinking of coal power needs. I haven't placed a permanent one of these yet. Although these are nice. It's nice to be able to place one of these when I'm out exploring and I need to power up a power thing. Anyway, so 5 permanent reinforced iron plate. And then 5 permanent rotors, which we've got. So that's stitched iron plate. And then we also have copper rotors that we can make. Just another one of these. That will be copper rotor, which still uses screws, but it doesn't also use the iron rods. I really wish I had the recipe. There's a recipe to turn iron directly into screws, right? Iron ingot directly into screws. I really wish I had that recipe at this point, because that would be useful as well. It makes me want to do more exploring, but really I want to unlock the next. Yeah, that's fine. So I'll just have to make screws with the iron rods, I guess. But at least I can just bring in copper. I need to have copper nearby anyway, because this needs copper. So it would need copper to come in anyway. Although this only needs steel, this doesn't need iron ingot. But this is going to need iron ingot either way, right? Screws, iron plates. Yeah. I don't think I have like anything I can unlock with current stuff. Because I had done a bunch of hard drive rescans, trying to get any alternative to screws, basically.
I put the game down for like 6 months after beating it. and then decided to pick it up again, but with all alt recipes unlocked and God mode turned on.
Nice. I mean, you could just do, I wonder if I can change it mid-game. Hostility. You just set creature hostility to passive or retaliate. Rather than doing like a god mode. Although I guess god mode would also give you no damage from like uranium or falls. Or...
HP is annoying in a factory game, and not requiring the hard drive grind saves so much time.
See, the thing is, I kind of like the hard drive grind. Honestly, I don't like building the factories. I'm not a fan of actually building the factories too much. I'm not. I have this spaghetti so far, but the thing is, like, I'm at the point where I could probably tear down all of this and put down like proper factories and, you know, set up foundations all over the place and just make everything look nice and whatnot. I just really don't want to. I'd rather work on new stuff.
Yes. Ha ha ha. Yes.
Yeah. Because like over at that oil node, over at this oil place, there's also like iron, copper, limestone, like right over there. So like I could basically set up production for anything and everything I need, pretty much, right over there. And then here's my fix mesh shit. I suppose I could prepare a box with the stuff for the next upgrade. So like if I put this, I need 400 of these ornament bundles and then 200 of those tree branches. If I did storage box, that's what I was looking for. Do that, grab 400 of these ornament bundles, that way this can fill up again. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I needed 200 of the branches, which I think is this one? No, this one. Only need 200. Well, whatever, I'll just put a whole stack in there. There we go, and that's all set up for the next research for that. That way this all can be completely filled up again. I suppose I could look up awesome sync values for each of these things and see what's like most worth turning gifts into and syncing. However, I don't really want to do that because I don't want to get spoiled on what comes next in the Christmas event, honestly. And I could just sync things myself and try to figure it out, but since I've already got stuff going into awesome syncs, I kind of wish there was like a thing you could select on the awesome sync that tells you how many points are coming from this particular sync. You know what I mean? Like, why can't I see how many points are coming in from this sync in particular? Why isn't that?
Jolly.
Yeah, jolly. Anyway, I really, really, really want to, yeah. So what I really want to do is get to the point where I can do my next level of researches. Actually, wait, hold on. I'm able to do research in Ethereum, right? For my access to geothermal. But I need high-speed connectors, which requires circuit boards, which I need to use this new blueprint that I made, which will make computers and circuit boards. It overproduces circuit boards so that I can get some circuit board output as well as computers. Which...
Jollity, mirth, inquisitiveness.
Yeah. Um... Could probably just do a simple basic bitch setup for smart plates. If I decide that I want to make those over here. That's the other thing. I don't know if I even want to make that shit over here or not. Really not sure. Unauthorized hostility. They didn't fill out their pioneer hostility freaking request forms. So we're full on rubber, we're full on plastic from this basic bitch setup that I made. The thing is that's all using just one impure crude oil extractor. I spent a lot of time exploring while that was running. Right, and I was thinking about how I'm gonna set up for things. And oh, what was I trying to figure out here? I was trying to figure out like computers and adaptive control units. And then I went to my blue printer. I was like, maybe I went and I was able to research the Mark II blue printer. So now I'm able to do that. So, like I said, if I now grab a 5x5 section, pop that out and place this in its place. Problem is that the right? Is that direction? I want the door to face the other way, so. Don't have enough iron plates, but if I grab some iron plates on my thing, then I'll be able to make it. Blueprint, computer. Yeah. I'll just take a minute to get the rest of those iron plates. There you go. And so... Wait, so this only took... Wait, what was the materials? 100 plastic and 80 copper ingot. That's all it takes. This is 100 plastic and 80 copper ingot. That's all I need to do. Is put in the plastic and the copper. Like that's like for whereas, you know, computers take, you know, a circuit board, cable, plastic, and it's like, oh, what does it take? A copper sheet plastic for a circuit board. You know, oh, yeah, you want some computers? Oh, that's gross. Oh, that sucks. Oh, that's disappointing. Oh, what a shame. Oh, that's unfortunate. Dang. Yeah, those, that's unfortunate. Well, anyway. Which one goes where? This top area is for copper ingot. Okay. So, copper ingot in top. 80 copper ingot on top. 100 plastic on bottom. So let's see. If I set this up for making plastic, this does 20 plastic per minute out of 3 crude. So 20. 40, 60, 80, 100. But then I'll have to figure out what to do with the residual oil. Residual fuel used to generate. Yeah, I think that's actually what I already have set up as residual fuel. Could turn it into petroleum coke, but I don't really have anything I can do with petroleum coke yet. I actually need some polymer resin for some research. Oh, smokeless powder. Right, I really can't do much with that yet. I mean, I guess I could package and sink the heavy oil residue. I'm gonna be right back. I need to get myself a more water. Give me a sec. Be right back. Tasty, tasty water. Oh. Yeah, so turbo fuel requires compacted coal, which I don't have any compacted coal set up yet. But if I brought in coal and sulfur, like I said... Oh, I wanted to do a scan from here for the oil. I wanted to see... Maybe there's a pure node, maybe a little further this way or something. And that's the normal and 2 impures. Dang. I think I'd have to go a little further that way. Alright, well, maybe... I don't know, maybe maybe that would be enough for some initial turbo fuel. I think that's what I want to do. That way I can leave this for producing other stuff. Like, I could do a... Man. Oh, I can do a this, and this would also give me polymer resin. But then what can I do with the fuel? The heavy... Whoa, wait. Don't I have an alternate to make... Oh, alternate for turbo heavy fuel. Right. So I could turn... But I'd have to get compacted coal down here, which, again, I don't think there's, like, much... There may be a... I don't think there's a coal node, like, anywhere close to here. Sulfur? Oh, there's a bunch of coal over there. Oh, pure. 3 pure. Oh my gosh. 3 pure into normal. Oh my gosh. Okay, maybe I do want to do my turbo fuel down here. Is there sulfur nearby? There's probably not an equivalent amount of sulfur nearby. And a single impure node. Jeez. Did I have a normal sulfur? And that's where the one of the pures, and then there's another pure up there. Pure and normal. I had a alternate recipe for compacted coal, I think maybe. Fine black powder. So one. Gosh, trying to math this out in my head. 1 and 1 to 2. So 1 coal, 1 sulfur, each for 1 thing. And then to get 6, it's 2 coal, 2 sulfur, 2 coal, 3 sulfur. 2 coal, 3 sulfur. For 6. So it uses 1 less coal to make 6 versus making normal black powder. This requires some prior processing. But I don't have alternate recipes for compacted. But so where was that coal? Let's think about this. I want to I want to use my zip line to get up there. I can't do a tiny nudge. Alt, Control, Shift. None of those are the ones for tiny nudge. Oh, hold on. Maybe if I. No, wait. Yeah. That's what I want. I need to start on top of it. I think I actually want to blueprint this. It's really annoying that you can't put multiple of these things together otherwise. Meanwhile, the sulfur was where again? It was impure one over there. Was there? No, I think it was only normal. Way over there. That would be funny. I think we're best off just doing that. shit. Do like over there. Where was this coal? Coal was close. Here, right? Wait, is that the lake? The... No, that's not the lake that's... This is a different lake. This is a different lake surrounded by coal. Where's the... Anyway, gosh, Cluster Obelisk would be nice to get a hold of. I mean, you could always do, uh, gosh, these things have like a weird popping noise going on with them. I don't know if a vehicle would fit through here. Little power slug. Oh, hello. Nice. Straight up free. Cool. Oh, very nice. All right. Here's some debris. Alright, so where was all this coal? All around me? Here. 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 Normal. And the one I'm right next to is pure. Motherfucker. Coal. 0 impure. 1 normal. 3 pure. Dark gray. Resources. Both of these were pure. How'd that not get the other one? visually stand out, their locations. Yeah, I think sending these to a train might be good. Maybe. Oh gosh, I really don't know. Okay, where was the sulfur? The one, the pure sulfur, I guess. Like maybe we could use that impure sulfur node for some of the explosives production, and then the pure sulfur node can go towards make trying to make power. Anyway, what the fuck? Fucking camouflaged bitch. Damn it. Fine purple power slug. There's two of them. But there's only one of me. Excuse you. Okay. What do we got? Tempered deuterium fused quartz. I'm not interested in either of those. Yeah, no, I'm not at all interested in either of those. Rubber concrete. Insulated cable. I don't think I'm interested in either of those either. Right. Oh, you could have. I could have this recipe to make polymer resin directly. I need a handful of. Why does it show? Why does that look like water? On that. So make polymer resin directly. Mix oil into 13 resin. Oh gosh. As opposed to wrong fucking button. No. Okay. Oil. Into plastic. 3 oil to plastic, or 3 oil to rubber. Plastic, 3 oil to 2 rubber. Polymer resin can be used to make residual plastic, residual rubber. 2 and 2. 6 oil to 13 residual versus crude oil. 3 and 3 would be 6, 2 and 2. It's 10. So you, with the same amount of oil, yeah, you can make polymer resin, and then with water, although we don't have a lot of water near, although we do have water right by the coal that we're thinking of bringing over. So polymer resin recipe allows you to get more out of your coal, out of your oil by basically, in terms of the solid products, plastic and rubber. I think I want that. Okay. Ain't that some shit? Alright, where was that sulfur? How much further do I have to go for that pure sulfur? Just over yonder. Oh, look, I'm right at it, pretty much. I forgot that I never reset wire thing. Fuck. I never set up wire to make anything. I never set up wire to get uploaded again. Ugh. They used to have it by the thing that's now producing freaking stuff. Gosh, I need to get more power so that I can really fuck around with hypertube launchers. Goodness gracious. Kinda notice that anyway. Oh my gosh. Bunch of iron nodes right there. Why didn't this one get scanned? Here? Man, there's a bunch of iron I haven't made use of yet. I got this thing set up. This is making, I forget what this was making. Oh, okay. It's not making enough of it. Oh yeah, crystal oscillators. It is not making crystal oscillators very fast, huh? Apparently. Nothing that's really... Never did, 4 lift holes for the rest of these. Yeah. It's just, crystal oscillators are just that slow to make. I don't know. I probably should have gone with trying to make this boost more. It's not taking in that much raw resources. Maybe with the tier 3 blueprinter, I'll make things that put out like 2 overclocked assemblers or something. We're sinking SAM fluctuators, which is nice. That gives us a good income of points. Fish food. What was I? Why did I come over here? Oh yeah, because I don't have anything putting cables away. Wires. Making 16. 90 wire. This is using 62.5. I could just split something off of here. I would want a smart splitter, I think, actually. I would want to make sure this stays fully stocked before I back stuff up. That being said, it would probably make more sense to have something that is doing more copper cables than that. Go and grab one of those extra nodes right around there. Water. You know what would be nice is if I had the what was it? Wait, I might in the is it refinery? If you put water, pure copper ingot, yes. Oh, that's a thing. All right. Yes. I think we actually have enough supplies, or I think we have the distance. Right, I need to grab some wire. You know what? What is this doing? This is making... $300 minus 60 minus 60. So 300 minus 120. 180. 180 left over. Why would I go and use that? I could send some of it and do a pure and whatnot, but... Gosh. Wait, this one's not even going anywhere. This isn't. I thought for some reason I thought this was the one that's putting cable into a thing. Okay. Even 20. This needs 62.5. So we'll use a smart splitter. That's what we'll do. We'll just use a smart splitter, send overflow into storage, into an uploader. You gotta be fucking shitting me right now. There you go. Now then. There's uranium like up there somewhere that we could put in directly into a sink, and you get a fair amount of awesome points for sinking even just raw uranium. Would be kind of nice to have set up. Damn it. Nice, got both of them. Alright, this guitar riff is getting on my nerves. Steel guitar, whatever the fuck it's called. Oh yeah, I got this new Fixmas thing. First generation? As opposed to what, third? I'm surprised it's not something I immediately hate. I'm not usually a big fan of Christmas music. This isn't the I want to go that way-ish. I'm impressed. I don't immediately hate it. That's very impressive. Pretty sure I'm gonna go up there yonder, but Come on. There you go. Oh gosh. Nice. Oh, this is the pure sulfur node that I also wanted to get to. There it is. Fuck. Okay. Okay. Well, it doesn't need power over there. Let's see what it does need. Oh, that's high-speed connector. I don't think I have those yet. Definitely don't have them automated yet. I need the need to set up the computer thing. I'm on a kind of a dumb side quest right now, but oh well. More awesome sync points I can automate. It's too long. Fixers. But yeah, no, it's pretty impressive that I don't like immediately hate it. Like I'm not too big a fan of Christmas music generally. I do like the sugar plum, whatever it's called. that one. Runner Mark II. Okay. Oh shit. I thought I already built the whatever. Alright, there we go. Now we're sinking some uranium. Alright, this one I don't care for. What the fuck? Where was that hatcher? Where was that big hatcher? Dang it. This was the small hatcher, right? Where was the big one? In this mess of leaves? Where the fuck was that big one? What? Where the fuck was that bigger one? Where the fuck did those remains go? What the shit? What the fuck, man? Where'd the remains for the bigger one go? God damn it. God fucking A. I'm losing fucking resources. Losing free sync points. Ooh, there's a Mercer sphere right there that I haven't picked up. Too late. What am I searching for? Well, anyway. So this was the one of the pure nodes. this is the other pure node. So, like, I was thinking of trying to get it out that way, but I'm thinking maybe I actually should get it out this way. To the... Even though it's, like, impure. Even just... impure and... normal. Two impure, one normal. So it's basically, like, two normal. Oh, normal... impure. Dang. I really thought maybe there would be a pure one just around there. Well, hold on. I guess we're in a position we could go and explore that. Assuming I can find it exactly. Do I want to go from that one down? Wait, what's that? Is that Sam right over there? Oh, but there's a bunch of radiation bullshit to end with. Never mind. I'm thinking maybe head down here with this one. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, see, it's underneath. That's a little annoying. Wow, it didn't even show those ones. There's not enough radius to some of these scans for some reason. Alright, so wait, so one's one of them like directly underneath? Where's our sphere? Right here.
What's going on?
Meh.
I can't hear you.
Wow, I'm just focused, I guess. I didn't think I was that quiet for that long. God damn. Goodness gracious. I just get really focused when I'm exploring. It's like, ooh, there's something over there. Ooh, there's something over there. Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. You know. Meh. Figure out where this last. Oh, there, right there. Is that the one I haven't seen yet? 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then if I could pipe them all. What the fuck, man? So, like, I'm thinking... transport the oil over here. Set up turbo fuel. I guess trick, so to speak, would be to plastic all the way down. Thing is, yeah, I think we're not getting enough wire because we're actually using so much of it that we're only getting like 100 per minute, if even 60 per minute, and like not even 60 per minute. I think is how much wire we're getting. We really need to get something that's kind of specifically focused on getting me extra wire. As for coal, like I said, there's like 2 pure nodes over there, but I guess if there's something closer... Impure, impure. Oh. Yeah. Those two pure coal nodes are the ones I want to get. I think if I run a train... Actually, I could run a train and just grab some of the extra coal as well, huh? But then again, I don't have the... Well, I have the 2 pure sulfur nodes are kind of along the way as well. There's that one there. And the other one was... Ah. It's there. Oof. I mean, another thing I could try to do is set up freaking trucks. I don't know. I don't know. I need to use the bathroom. It's time for a little bit of a break. I'm gonna save and... What are we doing? Power line extending. What we were doing. Yeah, I'm gonna take a quick little break here, and we'll be back in a bit.